CCN Sunrise.
All right, we're back with our second half hour. You saw a glimpse of him just now. He'll be talking with celebrity actor and soon-to-be CCN Sunrise morning co-host Joseph C. Phillips in a few minutes. And what do you have, Loa?
Oh, that bionic arm in our health conscious segment and the move-a-thon. Talk about that too.
Absolutely. But first, we're going to talk about the blurred lines of, making a song your own.
Let's dish
with
about
Pharrell
that.
And
because
Robin
I'm
Thicke.
all about Pharrell. You know, is he
him.
not the most sincere-looking person ever? Just that face. I don't know him. I've never met him, but honestly, he's so sincere.
But I don't know. I guess
believe him.
not so much anymore. You know, Robin Thicke's trying to be like, I didn't write anything. I was on Vicodin the whole time. But you know, I think this just happens so often with songwriters who just kind of take another song and make it their own. And
you know,
I'm not
but
down
don't
with
you
that.
think that music goes in cycles? Like what we're hearing now, a lot of it is it's a lot like the old Motown, you know, and a lot of it comes back. So
I think it's also it has to do with the music of today, which includes a lot of sampling and things like that. It's a whole different mentality
It
of
is,
working
but
with
you know,
music.
you don't take someone else's work is what I've always grown up
That's
listening.
true.
But he's here with us as we're going to move into the morning buzz, and you're going to recognize him. He's been on the Cosby Show, where he played Denise Huxtable's husband, Lieutenant Martin Kendall, and you've also seen him in network TV shows like Bones, The Event, and Mentalist. And you'll be seeing a lot more of him around here starting next week as our CCN Sunrise co-host. Joseph C. Phillips joins us, and we are going to hit the ground running. We're going to talk about that letter to Iran that some of the GOP senators sent out.
The Cotton letter.
You know, they're going around calling, Obama naive, and he doesn't know what he's talking about, but they're listening to a freshman senator here.
Well, I don't think that they're calling Obama naive. I think the point is that his policy with Iran is naive, thinking that Iran is not going or doesn't want the bomb or is not going to get the bomb. The thing is, he doesn't want them to get the bomb on his watch. They're going to get it.
It's not that. We all know what they're working for, but we either have a seat at the table or we don't. And in the past, we haven't had a seat at the table. And that doesn't help us.
Well, we did have a seat at the table. There were economic restrictions put on them that was led by the United States, which I believe Obama took back. Listen, here's what
he hasn't yet, but the fact is, I mean, they've still, before Obama came, we've been talking about Iran and the nukes. So,
and they're going to get it. It's not a question of
but
if,
at least
it's when.
now we have a say. Do you think we have a say with this?
Well, I do. I think we have.
Here's the issue.
I'm not let Joseph.
I want to hear from Loa.
The issue here is that the president is trying to bypass Congress, and Congress is sending a message to the president and saying that if you are going to negotiate an arms deal with Iran, then that should be a treaty which should come through and be required advise and consent with the Senate. And I don't think that that's an unreasonable position to take.
Well,
But the president can't bypass Congress. He's not allowed to. That's part of the deal.
Well, he is, our face for foreign policy, and they have said that this is a non-binding agreement.
Well, then, so what's the value of it?
But at least you're getting people at the table, and you're having them come to an agreement with multi-nations. It's not just the United States here. But
just on a wink and a handshake? I don't know.
Well, we've got nothing before that. We weren't even talking to them. We tried to pretend they don't exist. Sanctions is the only answer we had, which are working, but we need to move to the next step. And we need to move to the next topic. This Oklahoma University video that was released, it is just disgusting what they were singing along on the bus with this
Repugnant.
Racist, slants. And I think the main thing with that is, so many people try to make it seem like, oh, racism it doesn't exist anymore. We've moved on. We're a post-racial society. And you see these private videos and you just realize that is not the case.
I've never heard anyone say
And
that
you just
racism doesn't exist. I've never, ever heard anyone say that.
Really?
I hear people are saying that,
No,
but I've never heard anyone actually say
people
it.
say there are incidences, but it's not, in general, there is not racism anymore.
No, I think what it is that the power of racism the social power of racism is greatly reduced. And I think that the reaction that people have had to this incident in Oklahoma is proof of that. When you have the entire student body marching and protesting against that university.
And the underlying
fraternity.
tone here is that this bonehead thing that this frat guy did was
Not
caught
one
on
frat
somebody's
guy.
phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was caught on someone's phone. So do we now have to chase down everybody else in the university and check everyone's phones and get all of their stuff on that? And do we all want every stupid thing we do caught on somebody's phone?
You make
But
a
that
very
is the
good point.
society we're in.
That's disturbing to me.
But it is
If
the
things
society
are
we're in.
changing.
That we
Yeah.
no longer have any privacy, and we all should be on guard, that anything that you do anywhere,
That's
any
right.
stupid thing is going to be caught. Somebody's recording it
Everybody's
and filming
got a
it.
phone. Everybody's got their
we
iPhone
already know
going.
that with companies saying they're checking on Facebook and all of that, and they won't hire certain people. So when you know there are camera phones going on, you should expect that it might be going viral.
So is
But-
it a good thing that everybody's got a phone now? Are you glad about
I don't
that?
know.
That means
I am glad to
we're minding
know
our
that
P's and
people like
Q's, or-
this exist, and this is what their mentality is. Because this was beyond just like racism. I mean, they're talking about lynching here, which this wasn't even part of their generation, and they're still talking about it.
Well, I think that that this is a door that we don't want to walk through when private conversations now are subject to scrutiny by the rest of the world, and that you can be punished for what you say amongst your friends, no matter how repugnant, no matter how stupid.
Agreed.
And
We've
I don't
all
think that's a
said
door
stupid
that
things.
I
It is
want
the
to
world
walk
we
through.
live in.
It makes me
We're going
nervous.
to talk really quickly and too quickly, bringing it home back to Pasadena. There were local elections here, and voter turnout is so
Yeah, did
low.
anyone know there was a voter? Hello, we had an election. 17% came out and went, woo.
You
Where
know,
was
and it's
everybody?
so funny. I mean, yes, this election had to do with an embezzlement scandal, millions of dollars coming out of taxpayer dollars, and no one shows up to do anything
Yeah,
about
this
it.
is stuff that affects our day-to-day lives, the water that we drink, what's in our yard and our home, all the regulations that manage those things. And 17%? That's not very
And
many
that's
people.
higher than some
Wow.
places in LA.
Wow,
I think
Pasadena, we
sometimes
gotta vote.
politicians like when there's low voter turnout. It's a lot less hassle to get a few people to the polls and get you elected. I think one solution for that is probably to move these local elections to November so that they're tied with national elections. I think you'll get far greater turnout.
It's so
the
much to
timing,
handle,
yeah.
yeah.
It's not
but
November,
you know,
and people
we've
are
had
like-
politicians. Yes, I remember someone coming in and saying his strategy to win was low voter turnout and counting on that. But
Whatever it takes, I guess.
I guess. Well, Joseph, we're going to have you back next week. So
Looking forward to it.
You get this chair. And if you
So
ever
she
need me,
warmed
just
it up
And
for
the
you.
smart paper.
and the smart papers. So if you need me, just put your lips together and blow. I'll
Of
show
course.
up and help you kids.
You're always here. Well, you'll get to see a real-life $6 million man. Remember that old show? It's pretty much a reality now.
Segment star Dr. Jerome Lisk introduces us to a double amputee who gets bionic arms. Next in the CCN Sunrise Health Conscious segment.